man? Is your boy Freelancer Joe ready to once again get cracking? And how are you all doing on this fine and wonderful and glorious Thursday? Thursday afternoon, the third day of 2019. I hope you're doing well and fine and glorious and wonderful. It's yeah, more of the same from yesterday, weather-wise. Not quite as gloomy, I would say. But about the same temperature, and it's still, cloudy and gloomy. But still, it's not bad. It's not bad. How is Freelancer Joe doing? Does he seem like he has more energy, more verve, more of that je ne sais quoi that makes him pop so often on the camera? Well, I do have a little bit more, I must admit. I must admit. Part of it, of course, is, as you can tell by my jackness, having just finished a nice solid workout. But while I regale you about my awesome physicality, let me go ahead and set some things up. Yeah, so today was the first bench press training day of the training cycle. Oh, the first one of 2019 too. Wow. For this training cycle, because I suspect it will be a shorter one, I will have yet to elaborate upon that for you yet, my dear viewers, but I will at some point. And because of concern about those nagging injuries, I dialed down the weight, and my intention is actually not to try and increase the strength at all, but merely to kind of have a holding pattern. It's kind of iffy from an overall training perspective, but it's still, I mean, it's less than what I stopped at, but not by too much. So I should be pretty okay. And again, I guess the biggest thing is, in case my training cycle does get cut short for a reason that I've yet to specify, I want to make sure that I'm not injured. Although, to be fair, if my training cycle is cut short, I suspect it will be cut short for more than 1 week. So it's kind of a give and take. On the one hand, you want to try and do as much as you can before an extended break, because you'll lose strength during that break. If I remember the research correctly, it's once you stop exercising for like 2 weeks, you start losing strength. And but it really takes like 4 to 6 weeks, I think, of inactivity for you to start to lose muscle mass from inactivity. I think, if I remember correctly. Again, I read it on the internet, so obviously it must be true. Although, as Freelancer Joe can attest, it really only takes about a week to gain about close to 10% of your body weight, as well as to gain roughly 2 to 3 inches on the stomach. Although I suspect that's just the abdominal muscles learning to relax, and you got to hit it hard for it to kind of remember to tighten back up. All right, the editor is up, and this was the Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is my editor. This was my Freelancer website. According to this, we have, I thought we resolved the deprecated typography variants. I thought we did. And I know Lifecycle wasn't causing an issue, but I wanted to double check that. And then Material UI, the popover, that was a new warning, but that's good, and we'll take care of that. And I did want to double check my theme definitions against the other theme definitions. So, you know what, let's do this first before we even start anything, because it's very curious. I think I distinctly remember I cut and paste in a specific place. So here's my theme, right, for one of my templates, and it's straightforward. We've got the theme with palette, status, and then typography block. And typography, in here I have specified font size, family, as well as the use next variants. Now, if you look at here, alright, we've got the palette, status. Yeah, you see there? You see that difference? I don't have the font family specified in my typography block. So which one is the right one? It would seem to me that font family is part of typography. At least that's what kind of makes sense to me. So let's go ahead and bring up the Material UI website and take a look. Material UI, we're on 3.7.0, I believe. They jumped up quite a bit, surprisingly. That's actually more technical debt I need to take care of, but I'll wait until it starts complaining. Clicked on that. Yes, I did. Go to 3.7. Documentation. And style type. Typography. Deprecated theme. Migration. API. No, I don't want. Alright, so this is where they create the theme. So the top level is palette and then typography and other. I don't know what other is. But let's take a look at typography, which is create typography. Create typography, looking at... Really? Really? Okay, create typography. Where is that? That's styles. Okay, no, I can't blame them for that. I actually kind of approve of that. Create typography. So in create typography, they specify, yeah, the font family and the font size. Okay, so what does that tell me? That tells me that this is wrong. This actually should be here. All right, good to know. All right, so I think we have that. Let's go ahead and, well, let's move this over. Meow. And let's go ahead and start it up. See if it comes up. I should, because it looks like the other ones, and the other ones came up just fine. So yeah, it does look like Freelancer Joe has a little bit more of that that Freelancer Joe mojo, or Freelancer mojo. Not that my doubts have gone. And that's what's been depressing me, or causing me to be apathetic. But part of it was my plan of accepting it, just dealing with it day by day until the opportunity comes to see if my doubts are true or false. Hopefully false. Very, very hopeful that they're false. And then the other part is, even if the doubts involve another party and they can't fully, or they choose not to fully dispel the doubts, if you let them do even a little bit, that helps a little bit. And When you're in a deep hole, every little bit help. Every little bit helps. All right, so it comes up just fine. Yeah, yeah, nice, nice. Actually, in fact, I'm feeling so energetic. I'm thinking I'm gonna do my chores today. Today being Thursday, of course, instead of the normal Friday. That's multi-part, really. One, I feel like I have the energy necessary to do it. Let's see. Two is because, well, since this is my first training week back, and tomorrow's deadlift, uh, I always get a little winded doing my chores after the deadlift. Um, Not for most of the activities, but it's specifically the ones where I have to like kind of kneel down. It just kind of jacks the blood pressure. So I figure with that, since this would be my first week back, it's gonna jack the blood pressure even more. So maybe it's better to do it today when the bench press doesn't affect me that much. And thirdly, because didn't actually do my chores last week. I was in my super secret undisclosed vacation, and as good as I am, I can't do them telepathically. Well, it would be telekinetically, because there's nothing here to telepathically control. Alright, so this is up. That's solid. Let's take a look at... And you notice that it's not choppy yet. So what does that say? Well, I of course don't have the optical drive plugged in, but I didn't yesterday either. So I think what it was is when I switched projects, it started to run up against that maximum file handle limit, but it didn't over exceed it. So if I can finish this up and we switch to my final project, which is the demo one, I expected to see a significant slowdown, in which case then I will have confirmation that that's a problem. Although the other thing is, and I should point this out, I was a bit of a risk taker, and I went ahead and did the software updates without creating a backup guest host, and it worked. Apparently, everything is still working, and it could be that might have been a performance thing. So I'm leaning towards the file handle thing or the performance thing. The update causing the performance thing. We'll see. React lifecycle methods. Oh, there we go. March. They deprecated them back in March? Create round. Here we go. What? March. That was. Alright, so I've been. Will mount, will receive props, will update. Okay, so let's see if I reference these in my workspace. Pretty certain I do. Alright, so this is one place that I reference it. That is not good. Component will receive props. I'm pretty certain I reference that all over the place. Ooh, these are going to be big changes. Oh, no, I don't actually reference that. That's neat. Alright, so I'm going to use component will mount. Why are they deprecating it? These I have an... So will mount is that we've introduced two night life static, get derive state from props, and get snapshot before update. Yeah, component will mount. I don't fetch external data. What do I actually do? I actually do a check. And if we're not at the root, okay. So we just move it into did mount. Alright. I'm not sure when that gets used, but alright, let's see if that works. So we'll mount. What does the documentation say for will mount versus did mount? Yeah, I remember that. Well, I know that it didn't let me avoid that. Alright, you know, let's look at a React component did mount, what the documentation is for that. Control React component did mount. This is my personal edification. Component did mount. Did is invoked immediately after a component is mounted. That's all it says. Alright. Alright, fine, okay. We'll deal with that. Okay, so what have we taken care of? We've taken care of the theme def. That seems good. And let's verify that we've taken care, well, we don't have any typography variants, so that's done. Let's verify the life cycle. No. So we close this. We save all of these, even though only one is a code change. And let's restart it. Actually, I have so much energy today. Not only am I thinking about doing my chores, actually, I am, because I already took out all my cleaning cleaning tools? I mean, what do you call implements? My cleaning implements. I'm also thinking about recording an In the Bank episode too. I was actually inspired by yesterday's failure to clear the Volander Forge in Destiny. So I think I'm going to try and complete a weapon frame, the weapon frame I have for a bow, but that requires going to the Izanagi Forge, which I've never actually attempted before to fire it up. I've done the mission to access it. I really hope it's not that last mission. The boss isn't that last mission boss, because I don't see how you're going to beat that one with a timer. Alright, it comes up fine. Yeah, that all comes up fine. Yeah. Okay, so it's looking good. Alright, so now where do I use, what was that warning? That last warning was pop over. So let's see where I use popovers. I think I only use it in my services. Ooh. Oh, okay. I actually have a component for content popover. Alright, nice. That simplifies things. Yes, nice. So I only have to update one file, hopefully. And I just have to specify classes.popoverpaper. Okay, so that gets, no, that gets passed in. Never mind. That means I do have to go change it in all the other places. Boo! Here we go. So, but I only reference it in content paper. That's good. Specifically right here. And custom slide components. Right. Import content, pop over. Oh, but that guy gets past the classes too, right? Alright, so where do we use content popover? If popover, we plan, okay, right. So whoever references custom slide component, and I want to bet that this is in content paper 2. Alright, so maybe it's still not so bad. It's just not quite where I thought it would be. No, a splash view. Splash view also uses it. Oh, but I don't specify. I don't specify a class? That's interesting. So for my slide, I say if this is a popover component, use the content popover, pass in the classes, and then the content popover uses that classes thing to reference classes.popoverpaper, right? But let's see. Well, content paper defines popover paper. Splash view does not. Let's double check. Yep. Yep. There we go. Only content paper specifies it. Okay, so let's. Well, okay, now first we need to specify the max width and height. Max width, we'll go with 600, which is what the width is right now. And max height, we'll go with well, we don't want it to be a square, do we? Most screens are wider than they are taller. If the width is 600, we specify max, right? Or we specify min? Is that what the warning said? Yeah, it says max height. 800. 800. All right, and let's throw it in the splash view too. And save all. And that, close that. Now we triggered it, if I remember correctly, when we did this. So let's see if having that. Actually, no. We need to. Control C. Oh, here. I must have been hitting Shift C, not Control C. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need this. Move over Mya. Wait for it to come up. Wait, was I? Yeah, okay, coconut. Almost done with the mango. That means I get to switch to peach pear next. Ah, I do like peach pear. Okay. Web developer, web console. Verify we got no warnings. Alright. Now in the splash view, the popover is only going to happen if I have multiple ones of these, which I don't, so... Well, let's see. But I know on my... services? Right, okay, here we go. We don't have the warning. Let's see if we get the warning now. Some part of it, please consider setting max height. Really? Oh, I just, there we go, content popover. There we go, I do have max height set. Is it because the max height is too big? Alright, let's give it one more shot. Let's drop this down to 400. No, that's Control Net Z max height to 4. See, maybe if that does it. Otherwise, I'm not looking at the right thing. Start it up again. That comes up. I do hope I can finish my chores and the In the Bank episode. Ever since I started my new project, even though I really only lose, I want to say lose, I think I'm only off by like half an hour, but it feels like it's a lot tighter of a schedule now. Very strange. It's interesting that only 30 minutes makes that difference. Okay. Good. Services. Good. Alright. So that did work. Oh, okay. Alright, so at least we got that going. Not sure I necessarily like it that way, but it works. It works. Okay. Not bad, not bad. But we are at about the 30-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for now. I still have to commit the changes. I might actually want to play with that popover style just a little bit. What I don't like is there. I want to have a little. I want to have some padding there, or increase the margin. I always get the two mixed up. So we'll probably do that on Sunday, and then go ahead, commit the changes, and push it. Unless I work off camera, who knows? But yeah, I'll wrap it up for now. Cool Kid words about liking and subscribing, commenting, and suggesting. Hope you join me tomorrow for a episode of Gaming with Joe. Oh, I said I didn't clear the Volender Forge. Spoiler! Spoiler! Sorry about that. But you can see me fail. You don't get to see that too often, right? Right? So I hope you join me tomorrow. But if you don't join me tomorrow, then until the next time you join me, I hope that you take care and God bless.